Your mom, she's supposed to be the most invincible person that you know. She is a person who takes care of not only herself, but you and the entire house as well. But what happens when the cancer takes over and your mother is as vulnerable as ever? Vulnerability became a reality for my mom.
My name is Tony Pegley, and I've been diagnosed with stage 1 breast cancer.
Pegley is the oldest of 6 children, in which they are all natives of Newcastle, Pennsylvania. She worked for the CIA for 15 years after she graduated from high school. Also after high school, she married her first husband, Stephen Sesko, and together they had Stephen Sesko Jr. After 5 years of marriage, she got a divorce from Sesko and married my father, Blair Flynn, 4 years later. Together, they had my siblings, Kayla, Corey, and Cody, and me. However, a year and a half ago is when she received some news that would change her life.
When I saw on Facebook in October they were giving away free mammograms, and I hadn't had one in 2 years because I don't have any health insurance, I decided I should check that out. My mammogram came back suspicious. There's calcifications in both breasts, but in the right breast, there was a pattern in a circle that showed some questions. So I went in and had a biopsy done, which was very painful. After the biopsy, the nurse called me and told me that I had stage 1 cancer. So after the diagnosis, we made an appointment with the surgeon, who is Dr. Payne. She had us come into the office. So my significant other, Joseph Donatelli, my daughter Kayla, my son Cody, who was visiting from Virginia, and we went into the office for a consultation. She told us that she would be operating on my right breast to remove the cancer. She would also take some lymph nodes and check them to make sure that they were also benign. They were, which was good, so she only had to do a lumpectomy, and for the last 3 mammograms, this has come back clean.
My name is Kayla Flynn, and I found out that my mom had breast cancer by her telling me on the phone. She called me and told me that her mammogram was positive. I was extremely shocked. I really didn't think that it was going to be positive. Of course, I was upset about it. Reality really didn't sink in until probably like hours later. After I found out, I had went to her house after work, talked to a couple people, talked to her, got a little bit more information, but really didn't sink in until I got home after I left and kind of got away from her because I really didn't want her to see me upset.
Hi, my name is Corey Flynn, and I found out my mom had cancer via telephone call. I don't remember exactly what time it was in the day I received the call, but I remember being home alone, and that once I had that information, not long after, my wife came home, and I remember telling her, and just seeing the worried look on her face, and she asked me like how I felt about it and how I was doing, and at the time I don't think it like really settled in yet. Still kind of in shock.
Hi, my name is Cody Flynn, and I found out my mom had breast cancer by me being there, actually. I was there visiting her around Thanksgiving time, I want to say 2 years ago, and I was there when she got the phone call with the results from the hospital telling her that it was indeed cancerous. And I remember just all kinds of emotions running through me at that point. A lot of it was nervousness and being scared for my mom, but I knew that I had to be strong and be there to support her. So I just calmed her down and went over what the options were that she had on the table, and tried to keep everything positive, looking at the positive notes of the details, trying to stay focused on just being positive and happy.
My favorite memories I have with my mom is picking out my wedding dress, definitely. We went to Jacqueline's Bridal in Poland, Ohio, and it was the first place that we went. Didn't have an appointment or anything. They got us right in, started throwing dresses at me. I was trying them on. I put one on, and when we decided that we liked that one the best, she started crying, and that was a pretty good memory that I was just kind of happy that she could be there for.
Last year, August 28th, 2015, my wedding day. Mom and I walked down the aisle together, and she walked me down. Not long after we started walking, she really squeezed my arm. I don't remember exactly what I said to her at the time, but I remember looking down and saying, don't worry, I'll catch you, or try not to trip or something along that effect. But we were just trying to stay on our feet at the time, and it was just, that moment was really funny. She and I, after I said that, we had a big grin, big laugh, big smile on our faces, and the photographer and multiple cell phones were able to capture that exact moment, so I'll never forget that.
My favorite memory with my mom is when she came to visit me for my basic military graduation in San Antonio, Texas. That was just a memory that really sticks out to me just because it's kind of a big deal to graduate any kind of military branch, and to have her there was amazing. I remember I was standing there in my military uniform, and I just remember her coming up to me and tapping me on the shoulder, and as soon as I turned over to look to see who it was, I just saw her just in complete tears of joy and pride, and I could just tell how proud she was of me, and it's just a memory that I think I will definitely always remember forever.
The struggles with this is very hard. You always think, well, I have had cancer, will it come back? And every little ache or pain, you think of it as being cancer. There are some scars, but the scars are minimal. They're like the lines on the palms of your hands, so I'm very pleased with that. I've healed very good.
A 3-letter word that defines so much. She's there to pick you up when you're down, do your laundry when you come home from school, make sure you have 3 meals a day, remind you to take the trash out, love you unconditionally, and be your best friend. Without your mother, you are lost. I know I would be if cancer had taken her from me, and I thank my lucky stars every day that she's still here beside me, guiding me through my life.